Today on the CFL on TSN, the Ticats battle the Eskimos.
Calvin McCarty, touchdown!
Edmonton is coming off a big win, and they are looking to make it 2 straight. While in Hamilton, it was a tough loss. The Ticats came up just short against the Riders, but they're still pushing for a home playoff game. It's the CFL on TSN next. There's DeAndre Cobb, who's been piling up the rushing yards for Hamilton, over 317 in the last 2 games. So this guy's coming off his best rushing game of the season. Calvin McCarty ready to run for the Eskimos. It is the Ticats and the Eskimos as we wrap up week number 14. Welcome to the CFL on TSN. I'm Dave Randorf. There's Jock Climby, Matt Dunnigan, and Chris Schultz. We are wrapping up the 14th week of the CFL season. A week that featured an East versus West matchup in all 4 games. And so far, the West has been the best. They've been the winners in all 3 games. Calgary, Saskatchewan, and then BC last night. Edmonton's going to try to make it a clean sweep. They are also trying to win their 2nd game in a row for the first time all year. They beat Toronto last week in Moncton, and a lot of interceptions in that game. Both quarterbacks better be careful, but there's an interesting running back matchup in this one on both sides, isn't there, Jocko?
Yeah, there really is. I'm looking forward to watching the 3 running backs I expect to see today, and it starts with DeAndre Cobb, who frankly looked like a running back who had forgotten how to play the game of football for the first 11 weeks of the season. Last 2 weeks, looking much better. In fact, he's gone back to his north-south style of running, gone from just over 4 yards a carry to now over just over 5 on the basis of 2 games. We're going to see Calvin McCarty, too, who should get the lion's share of the load. This is a guy we'd love to see more often. And then their 3rd starting tailback of the year is Daniel Porter. Out of where, Matty?
Louisiana Tech.
Matty's alma mater gets an opportunity to play. There's a little change of pace so you're going to use him for. So looking forward to seeing how these 3 running backs play today.
To the corner, and Ryan Hines will play the wide side, field corner. 12 for Nowaki and a first down. And inside Calvin McCarty. And good production for McCarty on his first carry of the game. An 8-yard run. Well, 10 carries for 84 yards. A real nice average for Calvin McCarty in Moncton against the Toronto Argonauts. That big win. He was instrumental in really probably, leading this football team to the win, but showing that their offensive line is progressing very well over the last couple of weeks. Maybe their best game of the season. 118 yards from scrimmage for McCarty last week, 2nd and 2. And back to McCarty, who should have the first down. McCarty's first run of the game gets him over 1,000 yards rushing in his career. And every time it seems to me that Calvin McCarty is asked to step in and contribute, he has done just that. And last week in Moncton was no different. Calvin McCarty, whether it be the draws or catching the ball out of the backfield, was instrumental. And he also one of the best blockers in the game. So he, over the next stretch of games, will get more and more opportunities.
Archie Whitlock gone for the year. And again, we will see Daniel Porter.
Helping this guy come along. Of course, they've made a coaching change mid-season as well.
It's a first down at the Ticat 47. And the draw play. McCarty's got some room. And McCarty down to the 41-yard line has 6 more. Their pass in the last 6 games. Well, here's McCarty. And he turns back, still behind the line of scrimmage, and finally he'll be wrestled down.
Calvin McCarty, the ball carrier, is going to lose a couple on the play.
I'm not sure if that was a reverse or was that because Calvin McCarty may be thinking about throwing that football.
Well, it looked like he was coming around slowly and possibly thinking about it, but there was good penetration there by Shannon James off the edge. That changed his mind in a hurry. Number 37 came up there and really shut the door because of the depth of that run. You're right. It looked like he may have wanted to throw it.
Terrific play by 11 and a first down as they convert on 2nd and long back-to-back. Another flag down, and it's released to McCarty. Calvin McCarty inside, and he'll be stopped up at the 16. Shannon James there once again, along with Markeith Knowlton. Ricky Ray looks like he may have changed the play. He'll give it to McCarty straight ahead, and Calvin McCarty will pound it to the 6. Ninth play of the drive. Back to McCarty. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as he falls to about the 4-yard line. Jamal Johnson in on the tackle.
Jamal Johnson was just 4 tackles back of the league lead.
And they split it out. Ray rolls left. That's McCarty. Touchdown. Eskimos convert on a 3rd down gamble. And they're a convert away from tying the score.
That's the side of Calvin McCarty that we've talked about many times about he is a triple threat. He's a great blocker. He can rush the football, but he also can catch it out of the backfield. He's going to go on Otis Floyd here in a man-to-man situation because he has outside leverage on Floyd. Floyd can't look back to the ball. He's chasing desperately to catch up to McCarty. BC.
And of course, Terry Bradshaw from that school. Calvin McCarty has a catch and a first down, but Dunnigan shattered the Bradshaw records, and it was tough finding Porter information. And Bertrand in motion. Back inside it goes. And McCarty, looking for the first down, will come up about a yard short.
Yeah, and he'll be
under a yard here. Hand off to McCarty, and I don't think so. In fact, he may have lost the football. Ticats come up with it, and look out. It's going to be a touchdown. Hamilton Ticats with the touchdown, and Stevie Beggs gets into the end zone here at Commonwealth as well. Hayward will take over for Jerome Dennis. And a give inside of McCarty down to the 15-yard line.
I want to show you that play one more time where Fred Stamps comes for the first. They'll make the change. You know, we've seen that Daniel Porter can really run the football, and he's got some great foot speed, but I'm pretty sure in passing downs, the Edmonton Eskimos would rather put Calvin McCarty, more experienced back, to be able to pick up the blitzes that Hamilton may run, but also is such a good blocker in the passing game. So we'll see a little bit of Daniel Porter come in, but probably on passing downs more Calvin McCarty.
2nd and 4. 6 receivers out. Ray has time, dumps it off. Calvin McCarty, another first down. And he's dropped at the 20-yard line. Will Hayward the tackle, but the Eskimos are marching again.
This bunch formation becoming more and more popular over the last 3 or 4 years, where you hide the 3rd receiver in this bunch here in behind, and then he is the delay guy. He comes underneath, and he's going to get a little bit of rub help from Fred Stamps on the opposite side. Otis Floyd can't fight through that, so it's awful tough to cover man-to-man out of that formation.